up, everybody? This is the ICB Social Media Dream Team, and we are coming back today with our second podcast from last week. We'll do a quick little recap of our last week's episode. We talked about the Sonic movie. We talked about some music, some TV shows that we were watching, and some YouTube personalities, and just some life lessons and food for thought. I'm your host, Brian Hall, and we'll go down the line for introductions.
I'm Cameron Watts.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Joe.
And this is the ICB Dream Team, so we're just going to jump right into today's episode where we're talking about video games today, a really important gaming topic. So we'll start off at the top of the list here. Is Fortnite still big? Why or why not? We'll actually kind of go down the line and just give each other answers. So Joe, why don't we start with you?
I play Fortnite all the time, so yeah, definitely. Fortnite's big. It's really popular. Younger kids play it. Younger kids ages 8 through 18 play it. Even adults play Fortnite. There's some people that have tournaments with Fortnite. So yeah, Fortnite's big.
Jess?
I don't think it is anymore as it used to be, but I think it will stay around, of course, because it is a game where you feel accomplished either when you lose at 10th place or you lose at 2nd place. You feel accomplished because you beat others.
Right.
But I think it will be around for a long time, but not as big as it was in the past year.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that, and only because the fact that it'll still be around is because it's free.
Yes.
And people just love free stuff anyway, and especially a video game. It's like a game I could play all day, and it's free. A+ for me.
You know, Kim,
but not me. I don't like Fortnite.
you don't like Fortnite. You know, I'm in the same boat. I think Fortnite is stupid, but you know, people like it, enjoy it, and that's their opinion. And the thing about Fortnite is it's just like you said, people play it because it's free,
Yeah.
and because you've really seen when Apex Legends came out from EA a couple months ago. When that released, it just blew up, and you know, people were saying, "Oh no,
This is the best
Fortnite
game."
is dead.
Yeah.
And this is the best game," and now it's kind of evened off, and they're both still going. So I agree with Jess. It's probably going to be around until the next great free thing comes along.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that.
And another thing is people say Fortnite is similar to Apex Legends. It really is. The guns are similar. The way you walk in Apex is kind of similar to Fortnite. So, yeah, Apex and Fortnite are similar. I like Fortnite better because I've played it before, and you can drive vehicles in Fortnite. Apex Legends can't drive vehicles or golf carts. Can't drive anything in Apex.
Well, I mean, personally, I haven't played it. I downloaded Apex. I have not played it, but that's another time, as we're going to go to our next topic here. We have Minecraft is celebrating its 10 years, and we're just going to kind of go around and ask, what is your favorite Minecraft moment or time that you spent playing Minecraft? I will actually start, as we have some good old background noise to add to the video, but we're just gonna keep on going right here. As a person, when Minecraft first came out, it was kind of like, it seems kind of dull. You don't really do much. You punch trees and punch dirt, and you get the materials and stuff like that, but not really a whole lot of substance. And then when it started to get bigger and bigger, and it was like, you know what, this is kind of peaceful. Just kind of screwing around, creating stuff, and you can blow stuff up in there. And it was just a nice, fun little it's different from your first person shooters, your action adventure games. Just kind of chill out and unwind.
Yeah, I remember when I first had it. It was probably at the time one of my favorite games, only because it opened me to free roam kind of games where you could do whatever you want, and you could just go wherever you want, do whatever in any order. But other than that, I mean, I haven't really played it in a long time. I don't like Minecraft as much as I did when I was a kid, but that's just me.
Oh, I don't play it no more. I used to play it in middle school and stuff. I did have it.
Back in the OG days.
Yeah. I used to play it in middle school, but I haven't touched it since then.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a relaxing game to play after school and stuff. It's kind of like Sims. It's one of those where you could just sit down, turn on some music, and play the game.
That's
So
right.
I would like to see it maybe come further from it, so I can get into it now.
Yeah.
Maybe be
Yeah.
a
Do
little bit
something
different.
different, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can. There's so many things you can do with that game, but it is just relaxing to do.
To me, Minecraft is like that kind of role play game because you can kill creepers, you can kill creepers, you can kill the Enderman, you can build things, but I don't really play Minecraft anymore. I used to play it when I was a kid in middle school, so those middle school days, I did play it, but I don't really play it anymore. I watch some of my friends play it and their adults, and I did watch my brother play it, but other than that, Minecraft, not really a big fan, but I do watch people play it. It used to be boring to me, but I don't really play Minecraft anymore.
Well said, Joe. Celebration to Minecraft.
Well, they're coming out with the Minecraft Earth.
What's
Really?
that?
Yeah, so it's like Pokemon Go.
Really?
Where you can the world, it's going to use like maps and stuff, Google
Okay.
Maps to
Well,
make it
what did you know?
blocky. So
Yeah, that's actually
on your iPhone
actually
and stuff.
pretty
I mean,
neat to bring in actual structures and stuff and put it in the Minecraft world. And it's another thing like Pokemon Go when that first came out. It was really like, oh, you're finally getting people outside, and maybe you can bring
yeah.
Minecraft people outside.
Yeah.
Not that we should generalize Minecraft people or players,
Yeah.
but
I think it's a little bit different because you can get from Pokemon Go, you can get the characters out
Mhm.
there and play with them and stuff. But this transforms the world into the blockage look from
Mm.
Minecraft.
that's really cool.
That's
Retro.
Yeah.
So again, celebration to you, Minecraft. Happy 10 years.
Happy 10th birthday, Minecraft.
Give a little round of applause for them. Our next topic, Sony and Microsoft, bitter rivals, PlayStation, Xbox. They're going to team up to take on a new challenger to the gaming industry. As Google and Apple, they look towards the future and they want to bring in cloud gaming, which is streaming, mainly online only, or a subscription service for gaming. And as it comes out, is that they're trying to team up to figure out other possibilities for cloud solutions. To combat the Google Stadia, which is their game streaming service, and the Apple Arcade, which is their game subscription service. And now the question I have, you guys, what do you think about kind of the future of gaming as it's really pushing towards an all online medium, and we already have certain games like that. But what about people that may not necessarily have the best capabilities of the internet, or just what are your thoughts in general about it?
Well, I mean, honestly, I have no idea. But because I didn't know they were doing that, that's all new to me. I don't know. I should never talked.
I guess I'll segue to me then. I think it's kind of interesting to see the future of gaming and what we've really come for technology-wise. But for cloud solutions, if everything is going to be on the internet, I mean, there's already been problems with internet bandwidth already as it is. But if you're playing like a AAA title or something at just 60 FPS, that's really going to slow down. And how is the internet itself going to take the bandwidth for all of that? And what could possibly be some repercussions to it if you have all your game on a cloud service and then something crashes? Kind of the same similar stuff that would happen with actual consoles today, or timing wise. Say you're in a bad rainstorm and it knocks out your internet connection.
Right.
Well, you got your SOL buddy. And so it's kind of interesting to see them push towards the future, but at the same time also not go so far that you alienate the rest of the people, because not every place has high-speed internet to play that. And if they're pushing towards us to make it all about it, then what's the future of gaming going to become if you only have a certain specific set of people that can play it?
I think the internet's really going to affect it because, I mean, if you live in a group housing and stuff, and you have one internet connection and stuff, it's gonna really affect it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Google's scared and stuff?
Well, I think Google, because they're kind of like that big hulking corporation where they don't care.
But
they're
Sony and
gonna push.
Microsoft are also very big, and now they're coming together.
Yeah,
Right.
Sony and Microsoft are big because Sony is like the PlayStation kind of version of things, and then Google only owns YouTube, but I bet you Google owns like gaming companies too.
Phones and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they're bringing out phones and stuff, so I don't think necessarily that they would be afraid of it. They want to get their piece of the pie,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Yeah.
because there's been other streaming services that Google is starting to come out about. I mean, they have their Office tools with Gmail, Google Drive, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, the list goes on.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be something you're going to have to play around with a lot. Like,
It's,
really, because a lot of stuff's going to affect it.
right, and
Yeah.
it's something that you're going to want to perfect before, and really putting out product. You don't want to put anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is companies that just ship something right on it. It might be broken, it might not be, but interesting talk there about the upcoming cloud services. Moving on to our next topic, what is Nintendo up to? Nintendo has the Switch. It's very popular. It's starting.
yeah.
It's not rivaling
Oh, yeah.
yet PlayStation and Xbox, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
coming up the ranks. And really kind of work into is there's been some news of some potential Nintendo VR, and we were talking a little bit about this off camera here. And would Nintendo VR, would it be worth it? Would it be something that you would really want to invest in?
I would invest in that. For me personally, because if they do, because I saw this video where somebody did Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild in first person mode, like throughout the whole game, and it looks like a whole new game just from that perspective. So if you could like have your sword and your shield with the controls that they have, and you could use that, and just it would be amazing. And yeah, just everything like Mario Odyssey, stuff like that. It would be amazing on VR. Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think there's already VRs out, and they're pretty great. And they're a very cool experience if you haven't done it already.
Mhm.
But I think Nintendo should really put their brand on the VR. So
Yeah.
the classic Mario's definitely
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah, that would be
so
Definitely.
have like a classic
Have-
Mario.
Definitely. Especially imagine Mario Kart on the iPhone, or imagine those iPod users having Mario Kart on your iPod. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll actually get to that in a little bit, Joe, which is great that you brought that up. But I think the coolest thing about Nintendo VR is if we were talking about over in Japan, they have an arcade system where they have VR Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, if you can kind of, because I played VR racing games before, and you're in the cockpit, you're in the car, and you're in your car, and you're driving through like Bowser's Castle, or like just seeing like all the effects, because Nintendo, although they're not really known for the best realistic graphics, their cartoon graphics are really are second to none, really.
crazy.
And it would be really cool if you're coming through and you grab a question box, and then you're holding the banana, the turtle, the blue shell, whatever item you have, and you can throw it at your friends, and that would just be something really cool
Right.
And
to
if you
really dive
could,
into.
you could do the VR, but your other friends that do have VRs do the races and stuff
Yeah,
too.
and it could bring
Yeah.
such like
It'd be funny.
Like
It'd
you
be
could still
funny if
play
you're
with
driving.
people that aren't on VR.
yeah, that would be
Yeah,
neat.
and I think it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying, Joe?
It'd be funny if like one of your friends passes you for the lead, and then you hit him with a turtle shell, and their car spins, and then you just go,
It
and
would.
then you just go bye bye him, and you pass them.
Right, Mario Kart already like really wears out friendships, and so it would just bring a whole new level if you could personally look your friend
In the eye.
in the eye
Yeah.
and throw a shell at his
Face.
car right
Yeah.
before the finish line. So just really cool concept.
Right.
The next topic for Nintendo, as Joe kind of alluded to this a little earlier, Nintendo is looking to put Mario Kart on iPhone and Android. And so our question is, if they are continuing to put their mainstay games onto mobile devices, cell phones, tablets, etc., would it still be worth it to buy a console?
I think so, because the games that they put out on there, they have like Animal Crossing and other stuff like that on there, and those games aren't really like they are what they are, but they're not to their full extent.
Right.
So if you want the full extent of that game, I would suggest getting the console version as well, having the mobile device versions.
What if they made it like you can play it on your phone, but you had the full extent on your phone, and stuff, but you would have to pay money, of course. But it'd
Yeah.
be less money to buy the game for your phone, where you could take it anywhere, than buying it like on PlayStation
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
we could do it.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
I do think maybe consoles might die in some kind of future, because
Yeah.
if they just updated iPhone games,
Now, to me, I think it'd be a good idea because what if you're just sitting at home in a rainstorm and you lose your internet connection or you have nothing to do? You could just sit there and play Mario Kart on your iPhone when there's nothing to do. You could just
Yeah.
sit there on your iPhone and just play Mario Kart or play some of them other games.
Right.
True.
And that's interesting you bring that up, Joe, because with the capabilities of the Nintendo Switch, you can take it off dock and you
That's
have
true.
a handheld game.
That's true.
I think with
you can
mobile
only play
games,
certain
so-
games on Nintendo Switch, though.
I mean, you play
Yeah.
your Nintendo titles
Yeah,
as far as
speaking of that,
They got Animal Crossing coming out.
I hate to
Don't worry
interrupt,
about
but
that.
speaking of that, did you guys see they're putting Major League Baseball RBI 18 or RBI 19? They're putting them on a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, really?
Pretty weird, huh?
I ain't
Well-
a sports game.
Well, I mean, as far as games go, you'll have your AAA title, which is your classic Nintendo titles, and you'll have kind of like your smaller titles, indie titles that'll come onto the game, and you'll
Yeah.
have other third-party titles that aren't necessarily Nintendo. And so it's interesting to see that. Like, my kind of argument is that once you do play these mobile games, you might pay $5-6 for it on the App Store compared to buying like a $30 to $60 game for an actual copy or a digital copy for the Switch. But it's still only a small sample size of what you can do. If you played, for example, Super Mario Run, which is the current iOS Mario game, you know, you only do so much compared to if you bought the recently released new Super Mario Brothers Deluxe Switch, where you have so much more capabilities for that. And so it's not necessarily that I think the consoles would die. It does give it a decent outlet maybe for players that aren't really sure about the Switch and they kind of want to.
I'm glad you brought
Like,
that up. I'm glad
invest-
you brought that up, Brian, because they're I forget what I was going to say, but yeah, it's really good to put games like that on there.
And
But Super Mario Run kind of reminds me of Temple Run.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have games that are like similar to mobile games, and you know what if in the future maybe mobile games decided to come onto the Switch? I mean,
I
or
think-
vice versa.
I think if they did update like iPhone games and stuff, they would definitely try to get your. It would be how much ever money to buy the game, of course, but definitely get their money out of you for like updates and stuff, and
Right, and
all the
you,
different extra stuff
you also
that you
have
would
that
get normally.
that you can get normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would definitely get your
Is-
money out of you. It's just a little bit more accessible.
Is the cardboard worth it? Why or why not?
So our next topic, thank you, Joe. Our next topic is Nintendo Labo, which is this has been out for a while, which they have
Yeah.
really creative ways to put cardboard on your Switch system. I know there's a little piano. There's even like a motorcycle stick you can drive. There's even
a
fishing.
VR one.
And there's a
Yeah,
VR
where you
one to
like,
that extent too.
That's the
and
only one I would. Yeah.
and that's really cool. However, you know, it does seem kind of cheesy that Nintendo is charging as much as up to $80
For cardboard. It's cardboard.
for a piece of cardboard.
Definitely.
Cam sharing his
Definitely.
frustrations.
Definitely, as Cam mentioned, it's cardboard.
And so, is it worth it?
No, except for the VR. That's it.
VR, me too. I
But then you
definitely
can
say
get a real VR for less than $80.
You could get
Just
a
saying.
box. You could get a box your own and make your own VR right then and there. There you go.
You can
You
with
could.
your phone
There is
and stuff.
creative videos out there, DIYs and
Oh, yeah.
all kind of
Yeah.
stuff like that. To
I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to get like the kids off the video games and maybe like their parents
Build
help
their own,
them
yeah.
and
Yeah.
build this
Yeah.
and then have the enjoyment of playing with it.
playing
and
with
stuff.
it.
yeah,
They-
I
But
see
no
what
one's
they're
talking about it because it's stupid.
yeah. I mean, I like the idea of building your own game, but yeah, get your kids off of their Xbox or their PlayStation and engage in conversation by building your own game. That'd be a good idea.
I mean, it's kind of like not necessarily building your own game.
You're
As
just building
much
like
as you're
like
presets
the
of games.
It's
controller
presets
or
of games, yeah, that you can
yeah.
like you have a piano and different
Fishing.
keys are linked up, and I think the idea of it is cool, but $80. Like, come on.
yeah, no,
I remember
yeah.
seeing they had a container case to put all your Nintendo Labo stuff in it, and you know
Yeah.
what it was? It was like a paper box, something you would bring in stock paper. And it's like, Nintendo, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
If it was $30, I'll give it $30. But 80, no.
Hey,
That's
no.
stupid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we all seem to be in agreement that it's a cool idea, but
Yeah.
lower the price. Nintendo.
Yeah, it's-
But
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but it's gonna go down the drain and it's gonna go, oh, and it's gonna stink.
and so our next topic here is games that are trending, kind of what's going on in the news here. World of Warcraft, and not just a new expansion, but the original World of Warcraft is coming back. They're calling it World of War Classic. It's done a lot better as reading doing some research about it, reading reviews, and kind of what people have thought of the beta.
I've never really heard about World of Warcraft. What is it about?
Well, Joe, World of Warcraft is a massive multiplayer online game. It's a fantasy game. You know, you can create your own character. You go do quests, and it's all in a fantasy world. It's something that I personally haven't played, but I've seen people play it. I've been very much interested in
People
it.
take it very seriously.
And people do
Some
take it
people take it
Yeah.
very seriously.
very seriously.
Like,
Yep.
it's-
And so, with that being said, there's been so many expansions and stuff. Well, they're bringing back the original game, and would it be something that you would want to start playing as a World of Warcraft player, or maybe something if you are a seasoned WoW fan, if you would want to go back to the original game instead of playing one of the new expansions?
I've never played any of the World of Warcraft anything, so I have no idea what it's about or even
Me,
interested. So sorry.
me neither. Me neither.
Well-
I'm just like Cam. I'm just like Cam. I've never played World of Warcraft. Never heard of it till now.
Well,
Probably will if I see it and I watch the trailer, I might invest in playing it. Never heard of World of Warcraft till today.
I had a friend that played it all the time, and I watched them play it, but I've never personally
Yeah.
put myself into the
Yeah.
game. But I mean, I might just check it out just because. It's one of those things, like, if it gets enough hype, I just might check it out.
that's right.
Yeah.
And,
So,
Blizzard, actually, which is the company that makes WoW,
Yeah.
they put Diablo, one of their classic games, on from originally PC. They brought it to console, which was Diablo 3, and Diablo has really flourished on the console scene.
Mm.
And so I guess what I would want to say, if World of Warcraft ever decides to come to console,
oh, there you go.
You got a fan right here,
Yeah,
not a
see?
PC gamer.
I'd
but-
be willing.
That's something.
I'd be willing to try World of Warcraft if it comes
Well-
to PlayStation or Xbox.
Well, we will move on to the second game kind of trending right now. Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's about damn time. Square Enix, the 1997 classic. There's been rumors, news, fake trailers, all over the years, because I'm talking about a remake of Final Fantasy, because Final Fantasy has gone through and remade some of their classic games, and now we finally have a trailer for it, thanks to the PlayStation State of Play, and they released it, and it looks beautiful. Honestly, I never played. I played Final Fantasy before. I haven't played 7, and it looked incredible, especially considering what it was before. And so, are you guys excited about it? What's your thoughts on it?
I'm excited. A lot of people are excited for this game because a lot of people have a big nostalgic feelings for this game.
Mhm.
So it's going to be very hard for people to. There's going to be a lot of people that probably like it, probably people that hate it, just because they're switching up the battle style. It's not going to be turn-based anymore. It's like you're actually on the board and you're moving around.
It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
It definitely is.
But I'm excited for it. I'll
Me
watch
too.
it, but I won't play it. I'll watch it. People play it.
Me
Because
too.
I'm more of a visual gamer myself.
Me too. I like to watch. What people don't realize about me is I'm a visual gamer myself. I would rather watch somebody play a game than try it first.
Yeah.
I would rather watch a famous YouTuber, a famous person play the game first, so I see what it's about, and then I'd play it.
Yeah.
I think there's just so much expectation for this game.
Yeah.
I think, but I do think that it's gonna look okay. I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are gonna like it,
It looks
just
good.
because it is a, like you said, nostalgic game.
Yeah.
So I think
Right. I mean, Final Fantasy 15
Yeah.
looked very good.
Yeah.
So
And
it's,
it was a very big game, and so
Yep.
I think, like I said, I think it's about time. They've been talking about this thing for
Yep.
years.
Yeah.
I don't think this thing's going to be like a hit or miss. It's going to be really off, or it's going to be really on, and
Yeah.
people love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be one of those iffy games.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are wrapping up to our last topic of the day here. As first of all, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Playing games. Anybody a big fan of sports games?
Nope.
I played tennis games, like.
Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. That's the only sports game I play.
I kick your
I'm a
butt
big-
bowling.
Boxing,
big-
what?
Big sports gamer right here. Play RBI. I play NASCAR Heat 3. I play racing games. Racing games in general, I love. Baseball games, I love too. Football, not really necessarily like football, like in Madden. I'll play Madden every so often, but I'm more of a sports gamer.
Well, that's great that you bring that up, Joe. I guess I will be the lone football game up
Sorry,
here.
bro.
It is news. It's news. It's what's happening right now. A really big move, not just for video games, but for student athletes in the college athletics. The NCAA moves to potentially pay college athletes for their likeness, as this has been an ongoing battle for years, and really it's more than just the gaming side. But if we're going to talk specifically about the gaming side here, it is potentially a way to bring back the college licensed sports games. The last game that was put out, the last football game, was in 2014, and I personally have been one of those guys every year. Like, when are we going to possibly get it back? When can it bring back the game itself? There's been other companies maybe trying to do a non-licensed college sports game that they're trying to get funding. Any bit of information, but this specifically, if you can get the likeness and then move into that stage of possibly bring back a very, like, I wouldn't even say a cult classic. It was a very popular game for
I just don't think
gamers.
there's like a high demand for it. Like, I've never really like one of the top, had that been one of the top talks when you talk to people. Like,
I
you
think
see the new sports game. I don't think I've ever been in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a high demand. No offense.
no.
I just don't think there's a high
Yeah.
demand as much unless you're in to that
the
category.
circle.
Yeah.
In the circle. That's a fair point, because something that really what made them stop making those games was that the lawsuits of players, if they couldn't afford it, or if they would sue the NCAA because you're having their likeness, and so EA decided it just wasn't worth it at the time. And now that it's been gone for such a long time that so many people are asking for it back. Even current college players are like, this thing that growing up we always wanted to see ourselves in the game.
Right.
Yeah.
And from that standpoint, I think that's where you can. There is definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
But if you're not in that circle and with those kind of people wanting to get those games out, then I don't think I know about it.
Right.
Like, unless compared to other games like Mario franchise and all the other games like Zelda, everybody knows what Zelda is.
Right.
Whether you like it or don't like it, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just don't think if you're not in that circle, but for the fans, it's good for you guys.
Yeah.
You're getting to do it.
Just think. All those people
exercise
that like Mario are on the Mario bandwagon. All the people that like Zelda are on the Zelda bandwagon. All the sports guys that like the sports guys are on the sports bandwagon.
Yeah.
Everyone likes their own games. We all have different opinions about different games. Me, I'm a sports.
All right, guys. Well, this has been today's episode. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us. It's been a real fun time up here. As I'm Brian,
Cameron.
Jessica.
I'm Joe.
and stay tuned in for more episodes of the ICB Social Media Dream Team podcast. And next topic's episode is. Stay tuned for that. Thank you
Be
for
sure to
watching.
subscribe as well. If you guys are new to the social media page, be sure to subscribe. Turn on that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, go ahead and leave a comment down below what you think of our show, and leave us some topic ideas that we could do.
Bye,
Bye, guys.